You know, the Maestro.
Oh, I missed the Maestro?
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's that Home Theater Dude. Got a brand new episode for today. I'm not really sure if you guys caught that audio control video I did a couple weeks back. It was a quick unboxing of the AudioControl Savoy, their 7-channel amplifier. I've been using their power amplifier in my home theater for the last couple of weeks now. I just got that thing hooked up. I'm kind of just, working the calibration on it, just doing manual adjustments. Still having trouble with Dirac with that other processor, but besides that, this one is the Maestro X9. This is AudioControl's flagship processor. It does 9.1.6. It has Dolby Vision certifications. It has IMAX Enhanced certifications, Aura 3D, Atmos, DTSX. It has Dirac Live in it, already baked in from the factory, ready to go. So this thing is a bad boy. This MSRP on this thing is up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick unboxing. I'm going to show you guys a couple of features about it. And I'm going to do it right after the new intro. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the unboxing of this one. So this is the AudioControl Maestro X9.
I'm sorry, Maestro.
There's an X7 in which they share, some of the same features. There's a pretty big jump in price in between the two. This one, MSRP on this is $9,600. So this is a pretty big commitment, right? Pristine sonic, authoritative power, legendary reliability. That's reassuring. Let's get this thing out of this box. Oh yeah. All right. So double boxed, which is always good. Let's see what you get in this joint. So you get your owner's manual for the Maestro. I guess it's the same in owner's manual for the, well, that's funny. So obviously you would read it like this, right? So they had decided to put it upside down. So I think that, I'm not sure if you guys caught that, but whenever I was doing the unboxing of the the Savoy, you notice little quirky things about the owner's manual as well as the boxing itself. So I think that this one is gonna be more or less along the same lines. So, owner's manual, I'll go ahead and consult that in a little bit whenever I do the full-on review. But this is just a quick unboxing for you guys. Let's see what we get in here. Okay, so it looks like need to update firmware. So they have a USB in there for the firmware. You get a remote. This is a pretty nice remote too. It's nice feeling in the hand, and just looks like a nice remote. So let's see if I can put this over my face. The auto detect on the eyes will probably take it out of focus. But nice looking remote that you get in there. You get a nice beefy power cord, which is what you'd expect with something like this. This looks like my subwoofer power cable, how thick it is. So that's actually really nice too. You got some batteries over here for the remote, AA's or AAA's. And you get 2 calibration mics. This looks like a microphone to USB patch cable. And then we have an FM antenna, and then our Bluetooth antenna right back here, Bluetooth Wi-Fi. So that's what you get in the little goodie bag. Oh, and also they have your USB, so if you need to go ahead and update the firmware, which is more than likely what you're gonna have to do, they give you a USB in there. So let's go ahead and get this thing out of there. Oh, crap. So as you'll notice, this is an AV processor. With AV processors, you typically, well, you won't have any amplifiers in this unit, right? Your AVR, your normal everyday AVR, it's going to have the ability to have the amplifiers and processors in the same box. Whenever you go to AV separates, which is what this is, you clean up that signal path because you're letting different boxes, different components do the lighter lifting. So that lighter lifting equals a better user experience because you're getting rid of the, you know, distortion and all those other things that come with putting everything all in one box. Now, typically, they even sell AVRs as well with audio control. And even then, if you want to, you know, grab an AVR off the shelf, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that whenever you evolve your home theater, you know, likings or tastes into, you know, something a little more substantial, that's when you start looking for AV separates. So this is their flagship preamp processor. This is the Maestro X9. It does 9.1.6 processing, and it has no internal amplifiers like I was talking about. So each individual channel that you want, each speaker that you're planning on getting, you have to buy an amplifier for it. So it gets, you know, a little up there in price. You know, you're already paying for the processor, and then you also have to pay for the amplifiers as well. So think about that. Think about the cabling that goes along with that as well. So this isn't for, you know, your weekend warrior that just goes out there and, you know, just wants to get, you know, some surround sound for the football game. This is something that you're really going to want to look into if you're more performance oriented, and usually performance in home theater comes with a cost. So a lot of people don't like to say that. They could probably just say, you know, I can go down to the store and grab, you know, this for $500 and, you know, it sounds great, and I'm sure it does. So this is just a little different way of doing it. So let's check out the front of this thing. Whew. It's like stuck on there. All right. So let's check this thing out. It's pretty cool looking. So if I'm not mistaken, both Maestros look exactly the same on the front. The big thing that you're going to notice is here on the back, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a quick close-up of the back, and then we'll go through each individual connection, you know, one by one, just so that if you're looking at this and it's freaking you out, I'll let you know what connection equals what, and then hopefully it'll be a little easier that way. Well, all right, guys, let's go ahead and check this thing out systematically from left to right, top to bottom. So we have Ethernet up top, USB, that's going to be used for your update port, a couple of different HDMI outs over here, your eARC option here. We have 7 HDMIs on the back. So your preamp outputs, right? So this thing is just a processor. So what it does is it processes your signal, and then these go to your amplifiers. Your amplifiers obviously amplify your signal, goes to your speakers, that's where you get sound. So this is that connection here. So you can either do balanced, which is more premium, which is really, really cool for something like this. You're obviously going to want to go with balanced, but they give you the option to go unbalanced if you guys haven't upgraded your amplifiers yet that will accept balanced, or, you know, if you just want to, if you would rather prefer connecting it this way, you have that ability as well. So nice flexibility in there. Typically, most people that buy this thing are going to be using balanced, but you do have the flexibility to do the unbalanced outputs for your preamp outs, because this is a preamp. Next, you're going to notice that you have analog inputs. These are unbalanced. So you have, you know, it's just giving you a couple different things to let you know about. You can either do like a CD, a Blu-ray player, you know, your video games or whatever. Let's just go ahead and talk about this real quick. Anything in white is going to be an input. Anything in black is going to be an output. So typically, if you're looking at, you know, an AVR or a processor, you're usually going to see like the polka dots. That's going to be an output. So in here, they kind of delineated the difference in between the two with black. So everything in black here is going to be an output. Obviously, HDMI going to your TV or your projector, it's an output. So that it just makes sense like that. Digital inputs over here. So you have a Blu-ray player, CD player. You know, if you want to get a nice connection right there, you have a digital. You have your Toslink or your SPDIF connection. Sony Philips digital interface is what it's called. You also have a digital out, so that's an option for you as well. You know, usually what you're going to be doing is not, you know, using these in series with some other components. So more than likely you're just going to be using this all the time, but you do have the optical out. So if you have an older sound bar or something that you would like to use, you have that ability as well. Triggers over here are blasters. So if you want to put this in a cabinet and it's not really line of sight to your remote, you can basically just connect a blaster to here. It'll sense that the signal is being sent from the remote, and then you'll still be able to control it. RS-232 for your whole home automation control. You have your Wi-Fi antenna up top, your Bluetooth antenna up top. You have this button right here for your LEDs up front. You can have them super bright, dim, or off. You have your balanced outputs, which is probably what most people are going to be using, you have the ability to go 115 or 230, depending on where you're at in the world. For your power source, here in America, we use the 115. And then you have the more premium connections here. So you have a CD left, CD right, Blu-ray disc left, Blu-ray disc right. So if you want to connect, you know, your SACD player, or if you have like a Panasonic UB9000 or even an Oppo, they have the digital outs, or the balanced outs for the CD. You can use this for a more premium connection in between the two, so you're not going to have to worry about interference and stuff like that. But that's basically the back of this thing. It looks really nice. The construction is really well made, and I really like just the overall fit and finish of this thing. All right, so the front's really sleek. I really like the way it looks. It actually has a really nice professional type of appearance. So if I'm not mistaken, I think that you can connect this with rack ears. So I'm going to go ahead and look for that, because I'm pretty sure that they sent those over as well. So this is a 4RU sized processor, which is standard. I mean, typically, you know, 3 to 4RU is normal. This is their flagship processor, so 4 is more than likely the standard size. You have a couple different options here. You have an auxiliary in, you have your headphone out for your headphones, menu, so if you lose your remote, you can still control things up front here. Obviously, you can change between inputs, you can select things on the menu, mute it, change zones, you can change the mode to direct mode, which is really cool, because a lot of the times whenever you play like a CD or something, it'll choose whatever it decides to choose, and if you want to put it on direct, so instead of being in surround mode, direct basically changes it to, takes out of the processing, and then it gives you the full ability to go with no processing to just 2 speakers, and that cuts out the sub. Mode here, information, display, very simple. The finish on this thing is really nice. So it matches the Savoy amplifier in the brushed black aluminum type of siding. And then you have your nice light bar down here. And then Maestro X9, obviously, volume control, power over there. Quite simple. So I think that's basically about it. Okay, so why is this thing so expensive? That's probably what most people are really worried about, right? So this thing's $9,600 MSRP, but the biggest thing that you'll notice is that it has the ability to do all this stuff. IMAX Enhanced, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, DTS, DTS:X Virtual, so it has its virtual up mixer, Auro 3D, which is really cool. It's not really utilized much here in the USA, but you can watch anything and it'll up convert your signal to Auro 3D, which utilizes your heights as well. So it doesn't matter what source it is. You can watch something that's like 30 years old. You can watch something that came out yesterday, and it'll still sound amazing. I used to watch, you know, The Simpsons just in Auro 3D because I thought it sounded better than the Dolby codec that comes on whenever you just play it on your TV or Apple TV. Dirac Live, very key feature here, guys. This thing has Dirac Live ready to go right from the factory, which is really cool. So I'm having trouble with my other processor doing Dirac right now. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's been a long process, but this one has it baked in, and then, you know, we're ready to go with that. Another thing that you will notice that makes this a lot better than other processors, which will probably justify the price, is those Ess Sabre Dax. So this has audiophile grade, you know, high quality DACs, and some other companies, they use AKM as their brand. Some other may use Wolf as their DACs as well. Digital audio converters are the biggest difference, and where you're probably going to spend the most money, because usually the components dictate the price of the overall unit, right? So those are just such premium, sought after DACs, and you know, everyone wants them in their gear, but you know, they're super expensive to make, and you know, they sound amazing. So that's really cool that this one has it in it. This thing looks cool. So not really sure if you guys can see, well, you can, so I've just looked on the camera. This blue light indicator light here, and this one has the light drive as well. So you see this nice facade on the front, and then you have that glowing ring around the audio knob. But this thing is really cool. Well, all right, guys, let's go ahead and check this thing out. Looks pretty sweet so far. So next step, what we're gonna do is do a full-on demo of the theater back there. I know you guys have been waiting for quite some time for the payout of that Build the Batcave series. I know it's been a long time coming for you guys, so what I'm gonna do is do a couple demos in that room, and then we're gonna go ahead and tear that thing apart, and then, you know, start switching this stuff over to this guy. So really excited to go ahead and get that done, but really appreciate you guys for the support along the way. I think that's all I got for you guys. Well, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. This was the quick unboxing of the Maestro X9 preamp processor. This one is their flagship processor, 9,600 bucks. It's a pretty stout type of unit for anyone to go ahead and attack, but I really believe in, you know, quality of gear, and the ES 9038 Pro Sabre Dax that are in this one. They're audiophile grade DAX, I think 140 dB of dynamics capable in there, and that's absurd. So, I mean, typically you can just read this stuff and just appreciate it from just the specs online, but I'm gonna go ahead and test this thing. I'm gonna check out the rack back there, plop this thing in there, let you guys know what I think from setup to finish, do the die rack, live with it for a little bit, and then give you my accurate and honest testimonial with this thing. So really excited to get into that, but that's coming for a later video. Really appreciate you guys for watching. You guys want to grab one of these, highly recommend reaching out to my buddies over at Dream Media Home Theater. They have your audio control needs taken care of, so go ahead and pick up the phone, shoot them an email, leave their information down in the description. That's all I got for you guys. Make sure you like, favorite, share, and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.
You know you hurt the maestro's feelings.